Guys, it's Tuesday. We did miss a day yesterday with videoing purely because we're just rammed and we're trying to get videos done from last week, and to be completely honest, the camera we left at home. So but anyway, we're on with one of the new EQCs, Mercedes, basically electric vehicle. It's in pearl white. It's actually in really good condition, in all fairness. There's a few sort of swirls and very light markings. The only thing I've really found on this car is a lot of contamination now, but it wasn't normal contamination because fallout remover did nothing. I weren't going to clay bar it because it's not that type of contamination. It's something we've seen in the past on a few new vehicles, and I believe it's some form of coating that the manufacturers put on these cars nowadays. The only reason I say that is it repels, it beads, it's got water behaviour, but it looks like lard. So what I mean by that is, when you actually look at the panels, if you imagine you coated this in a stick of lard, you would lose the reflection and the finish, and the kind of, there's no real feel to the car. So you get like a hard, greasy effect on it, and the only way it comes off is by using a buffer. Your clay bar would do absolutely nothing on it. A buffer does remove it, but it still takes quite a bit of time. But you then get the reflective sort of finish, and it means when you look at the lights in the bonnet and so on, it actually looks like there is a replica of that light there, as opposed to a blurred image like murky water. So I'm not sure what it is, but I have seen it on Mercs more than anything over the years, and I'm presuming it's just some form of spray sealant that goes on there and bonds. The only thing I'm really looking forward to doing on this car is the wheels. And I don't even mean just cleaning them. I don't want to ceramic coat these. They look like a nightmare. And this is the thing with electric cars, they all have the same sort of standard signature style wheel. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but anything electric has a unique style of wheel at the minute, and they're all very similar across the board. And they are going to take some serious cleaning. And the reason I say that is, unlike a lot of detailers, what we won't use is detailing brushes on wheels like this. And that's because a detailing brush will scratch every piece of black on that wheel. I don't care what you see on videos, I don't care what you see on YouTube. If you use a detailing brush on that wheel, the dirt that's in there, even though you might have done like 3 or 4 pre-washers, fallout remover, if there's grit in it, or just general dirt that's built up, that is going to start to scratch every single one of those spokes. And trying to fix one of those spokes is going to take hours. So these are going to come off in a minute. We're probably going to wash them 3 or 4 times, then we're going to have to steam clean them. I reckon we're going to have about 4 hours just on prep on the wheels alone, just to get them done right. So I'm not looking forward to it. And then we've got to seal them, and I reckon that's going to be another half a day. It's going to be like an hour and a half a wheel, it really is. But it needs to be done because these are going to be the same pain for the customer to clean every time they need cleaning, and they are some seriously big wheels, so we need to make it as easy as possible. So we'll get a few little pictures and videos again of this one. There's things like the black badges on here that really need sorting out. The pillars are actually pretty good. It's not a massive job. I think the wheels are probably the biggest. The one thing we really need to do is under here. And I don't know if it's an electric thing, I've done a couple now and they're all similar design. There is a massive under tray under here, and I mean massive. And do you know what? We thought we'd cleaned it when we washed it outside, and we haven't. So that is going to have to be steamed on the ramp, and then we're going to coat it, because this is clearly an area, and it's huge. I mean, you can actually see how much of my arm that physically takes, and I'm still not touching the end of it. So we need to make sure that's steamed, and then we're going to get that coated as well.
Like you have a party at home with
so I'm about to finish the sort of detailing side of things. I've still got the roof to do, but being a big vehicle, I'm obviously going to drop the car down and do that last. What I'm trying to show you on camera is what I was talking about with the contamination earlier, which isn't like fallout or stains or brake dust or anything like that. When I mentioned sort of lard, I don't know what it is, but there is definitely sort of a residue across these panels here, which you've just seen. and it does literally look like someone's dropped fat or oil or something on it, and it must be some spray sealant. But what they've actually done is they've really dropped it on the front and the badge. In fact, I've just seen it even more here. There's quite a lot of it, and I'm struggling to get it off even with a buffer. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get some APC cleaner, some IPA alcohol, and we're just going to try and get this down before I sort of machine the blacks and actually get the finish out from them. Purely because I can't do any coatings until I get those off, because they're actually really obvious and they need to be cleaned before we can do anything else now.